All right. Oh, good. All right. So thank you for joining us. We're going to get moving today. Work on some strength, some mobility, and get the heart rate up a little bit too. So if you have fun music, I highly suggest putting it on. We're going to start just in the center of the room. You don't need anything but a little space around you. And we'll get started. Okay, so here we are. So starting here, we're just going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. I actually want to really get moving this morning, but let's take a little brief pause to breathe and then reverse your direction. Remembering to inhale and exhale. And remember that at the heart of everything we do, right, we're a Pilates school. So everything's sort of from the center out. So think of center connection all the time. So now we're going to just slightly jog in place, or you can just march if you'd rather. And then when you feel ready, when you've shaken it all out, we're going to go out, out, in. So we'll start on the left or the right. We're going to do both. So just like a little athlete, maybe pretend you're going through a little obstacle course. So it's wide, wide, narrow, narrow. And this can be at your pace, fast or slow. We're just trying to warm up the body. And breathe. Good. One more time, and then we'll come into the center so we can get the other side to breathe. So now it's right leg breathes. Out, out, in. Yes. And good for the brain. You know, I miss my agility ladder, which is at the studio. Right? We always get a good brain workout when we do fun things with that. Yes, I can see my husband's getting a good brain workout right now. You probably like to go into one side better. One more time. And then back in the center. Just little hops. Maybe keep your arms across. Good. And now we're going to take the legs out wide and cross in front. So little jumping jacks. If crossing doesn't work for you, just regular jumping jacks will do. And we're really only working the bottom half of the body right now. So just to get the heart rate up, so let the neck and shoulders relax. Nice. Ooh, we were in unison for a second. Let's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Step and tap. Not crossing the body, just staying wide. Bending and extending those knees. Maybe stretch overhead in opposition. Now we're getting fancy. Use those arms as an extension of your back. Don't just lift at the top. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to come a little closer in parallel. We're going to start marching with sort of a straight leg. We're going to take the opposite arm across to tap. Don't worry about hitting your toe. It's like a little windmill. Lance is going to do it without the arms. It's a little less complicated. So you want the legs somewhat straight. So maybe it's lower for you. We want to warm up the hamstrings. For 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now come up to stand. And take those arms out from the shoulders. Push into the heels of the hands. Circle from the back. So feel your scapula sort of stirring around, not from the front of the arm. Feel those shoulders come toward the spine as your chest expands a little. And really, if you do this with enough repetition, it's work enough without weights. Keep stretching across. For 4, 3, 2. Now pause here, turn your fingers down and reverse the circle, still small. There's a lot of good research out there about warming up the shoulder joint, especially before you load it with weights. So that's what I'm doing now. And this might stretch the front of your wrist, which can feel fabulous. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now palms up, take the palms to the shoulders and alternate shoulder circles back. This time, The stretch will work its way down into the ribs a little. Yes. But again, be mindful of the origin of this movement, and then we'll reverse. Good. That's it. Sometimes we take the long lever out of the equation, we get a little more accomplished. We find the sweet spot. One more breath. And release. Come out to a wide second. Turn out of the hip, slide down that wall. Starting with the left hand, we're going to jab and jab. We're going to hook and hook, uppercut, uppercut. So jab and jab, hook and hook, uppercut, uppercut. Jab and jab, hook and hook, uppercut, uppercut. Ooh, I got a good breather back here. Good, one more time, starting with this arm. Good, and then we'll shake it out and do the other side. So now it's right arm first. Jab and jab, hook and hook, uppercut, uppercut. Jab and jab, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Jab, jab, hook, hook. Hopefully your legs get work at the same time, last one. Hook, hook. Oops. Oh, that's okay. And release. Beautiful job. We're gonna open the mats. How fast that was. All right. So come on down. We don't need anything. We're just going to warm up a little more on the mat. So roll back and down and give those knees a hug. Maybe shift your weight side to side. Maybe circle the knees a little, get the hips warm. And then find tabletop legs. We're going to stretch the arms out from the shoulders, flex the feet, make sure we're in a strong imprint. So hug the belly in and let that low back reach toward the mat. We're going to slowly let the knees come to the left. Then we're going to exhale, hug in the belly as we come back through center. You can turn your palms up as you go to the other side and back through center. So we're trying to accomplish two things at once here. A spinal twist and warming up the abdominals. Try to keep the knees right over the hips. When you roll to the side, don't let the knees fall away from you. And you're moving to your range of motion. So some people will be moving a lot more than others. Use your breath and don't let those shoulders roll up off the mat. Really anchor the backs of the arms. Good. One more time. Gorgeous. Give the knees a hug. Come down. Place the heels somewhat close. We're going to do a little bridge variation. So start with your hands by your hips. Roll up through the spine, find bridge. And roll down. Now this time when we find bridge, we're going to roll up and stretch one arm across the body and roll back down. And we'll go the other way. We'll roll up, stretch the opposite arm across the body, so almost coming off the shoulder, and back down. Make sure your feet don't get too far away from you. Alternate. Rolling up. Hey, high five. And back down. So you're rocking shoulder to shoulder, stretching the hips. We'll just try one more time to each side. And down. Last one. And down. Beautiful. Stretch your legs long. Roll over onto your stomach. You can just fall into this. Find your way to child's pose. So tail back. Stretch those arms way ahead of you. Feel the roundness of your back. Now really slow. Start to unwind your spine. You might come to plank. You might bend your elbows and lift your heart, or you might just lift to up dog. So we're going from round spine to some extension of the spine. So really lift your belly, lift your gaze, work from the inside out. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Your knees can be slightly split if you prefer. Listen to that spine. Just two more times. Roll the shoulders away from the ears so your neck has length. Last one. Come on forward. And back. Beautiful. Stack up that spine. Come to your knees. If you can sit all the way back, sit all the way back. I'm going to sweep the arms up in front of the chest. Exhale, we lift and twist open to the right, back to center. Exhale, twist and lift open to the left, back to center. And down. So every time you lift, see if you can invigorate the quadriceps. Draw them up towards your hips, so just one arm lifts. Sweep one arm open, stretch in opposition. Just one more time to each side. And then we're gonna go from sitting back to up and side bending. Sit back, come up and side bend. Inhale back, exhale up. Don't let the hips come in front of you. Get them right under the spine. One more time to each side. Gorgeous, last one here. Now this time when we come up, we're gonna bring the palms forward, straight from the side. We're gonna hinge back at the knees and press down, palms in front of the chest. Squeeze the inner thighs to lift back up. You can tuck your toes if you need to. Lean back, exhale, press up. If this isn't good on your knees, stretch instead. Come into a lunge because we're almost done. Lean back, squeeze those inner thighs. Last one. Now stay here, bring the tush down to the heels, and then come to a little hover, not a big hover. Really activate the legs. The lower is better. Yep, with that spine straight up, just an inch. Yep, hold and breathe. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and come forward into table. Good. Last little part of our warm up here before we get into some interval work. We're gonna take that left arm out to the left. We're gonna thread it through without putting it down. We're just gonna turn the ribs and then open. So keep your elbows bent. Exhale, turn. Inhale, open. This is also for your abs, obliques in particular. All to one side. Keep your tail nice and long, your pelvis in neutral. Last one. And then we'll take it the other. So right arm floats up. You're going to put a little bend in the elbow. Exhale, thread it through. So what's really happening here is your ribs are turning to open and close. Exhale through. Inhale, open. So your arm doesn't really get ahead of you or behind you. It's more about twisting that waist. Like 2 more times. Last one. And then release, put your hands down and see if you can step your legs out wide to a little Malasana squat while I tell you what we're up to today. So we're gonna be starting down with a small band if you have it. And we're gonna be working in 8 rounds, 20 seconds each, 10 seconds in between. So there'll be some repetition today, but I promise you won't get super bored. All right, so if you have a small band, put it above the knees. We're gonna be on the mat to start, side lying. All right, so here we are. We're gonna bring the knees, so you're bent at the hip, knees in front of the hips, and we're gonna prop up on that elbow. We're gonna start with clamshells, my favorite. So we're gonna open that top thigh away from the bottom thigh for 20 seconds. And the glutes in the back are what are allowing this to happen. Make sure you don't get lazy on the underside of the body. I'd rather you lay all the way down than start to collapse into your shoulders. So use your postural muscles and your belly support. Relax for a second. So remember, this is at your pace. So you're gonna move as quickly or slowly as is right for you. Beautiful. And again, open it up. Good. So we're working on a little bit of rotation here as well, right? That femur bone sort of rolls open in the socket. That's it. And hopefully the work is back here. You don't want to stress that hip flexor. You want to really squeeze the glutes. Beautiful. We're going to come from here into a table. We're going to work that same side leg that we were working on hydrant. So I'll face you. We're going to keep the pelvis still and bring the leg out to the side. And if you really want to get into it, you could hold the leg up at the end range and just pulse. But remember, it's about work here. So sweep straight out. Keep that knee bent like a little dog on a hydrant. And relax. We're going to do the same leg. This is the last time on this leg, and then we'll switch sides. Whew. So remember, you can do full range of motion here. Good to go. Or you can hold it up at that end range and just squeeze the glutes to pulse. Depends on how much work you want here. Just make sure the work is in the right place, right? You're almost there. Let's really integrate breath into this. Relax. If you need to get off the wrist, get off the wrist. We're going to do hydrant on the other leg, just for the sake of being organized. Isn't that nice? So here we are, in table, strong belly, and that opposite leg lifts out to the side. So tight hips can really make your pelvis swing along with you, and you don't want that. Remember, you can hold at the end range and pulse if you'd rather. And the hard part about this rest is that your support leg will be feeling it now because it already worked. Lucky you. All right, nice and long, lifted in the abs. Here we go. One more hydrant on this second side. This is my tighter hip. I don't have the same range of motion in this hip. I have to listen. When I feel my pelvis swing and my hip hike up, I've gone too far. None of this work should be felt in your low back. Almost there. Rest, which will be a transition down onto the other side for clamshells. See, you're almost done with the first one. All right, elbow under shoulder, nice lift here. So equally long sides of the body, and we clamshell. So you lift this leg as far away as you can from the other leg. Keep your feet together and squeeze the glute at the top. That's it. Again, no laziness. The shoulders should feel stacked. Rest. We've got one more. Enjoy your rest, I say. It's only 10 seconds. It goes very fast. All right, deep breath in, belly engaged. Here we go, last round of these. Same thing here, you could stay at the top and pulse the end range. Woo. It's a lot, it gets right into the muscle. Remember, we're working the back of the hip. Neck is long and relaxed for 3, for 2, and rest. Beautiful job. You can take the band off if you have one on. You'll want one weight for the next. 1, 8, or 5 round. All right. So we're going to come down to the mat for this one. We're doing a couple different exercises. So just rock through your pelvis. I'm going to be holding my weight in my hands above my chest. I'm going to find that imprint. Move the legs up in the air. And when we start, we're going to try to lift the feet to the ceiling. Now, if you need your arms, put them down. If you need to have bent knees, that's fine. All right, go for it. The head stays relaxed. The hips scoot up and the toes reach up to the ceiling. So holding the weight makes it harder to cheat because you can't push into your hands. Rest. We're going to repeat that another time. Lucky you. I know this is not my husband's favorite. The men don't tend to love this. It's a lot of transverse abdominis work. Little lift. Don't let the legs come way away from you either. And like I said, if you need your hands here for a little something to press against, that's fine. You might want to try both versions and see where you feel the abdominal work. Relax. Good. Feet to the ground. We're going to split them like a V. The weight's going to come in the right hand for X up. So we're going to be moving right arm, left leg. So it looks like this. You can curl all the way up or you can stretch across. Go for it. So either you're rolling up and rolling down, or if that's not right for you, you're going to kind of reach across, weight to knee, and the head can stay down. Rest, other side. To switch hands. I'm going to come across the body. Just have your support hand by your side. So left arm and right leg. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. And if you're coming up, you want to think about articulation and roundness of spine, especially on the way down, right? You don't want to clunk down. You want to control that landing. And again, it's your pace. Rest. We're gonna go back to the beginning. So if you liked holding the weight for those toes up, go ahead. If your hip flexors are screaming, the work is not in the right place. Find your imprint and lift. So I like the weight, but I feel like I actually get into my abs a little better with hands down. Hands behind the head is a nice option too. That might be my favorite version. Almost there, breathe through it. Rest, take the rest. This is a lot. 8 rounds of abdominals, although we're mixing it up, it's all in a row. Find that imprint once more. Remember, you can have bent knees. If you do bend your knees, I would suggest crossing your ankles and letting the knees turn out a little, which also might help you stay out of your hip flexors. Almost there. How you doing? Legs down, stretch them out. So I'll show you the variation one more time too. The variation would be this, or just reach across. Otherwise, you're rolling up and down. Good. It's almost like you're lifting to a half a teaser. You could bend your other leg too if that helps you. So many modifications, so many versions so that you can make it right for you. So that you're challenged but not compromised. Other side. And then we'll be done with this little round. I'll tell you what, it's gonna go right by. Okay, so left arm, right leg, here we go. Ride the wave of your breath, right? People neglect the breath. The breath is so powerful. So whichever motion is harder for you, use the exhale. If it's hard for you to roll up, exhale up. If it's hard for you to control down, exhale down. If both are hard, just keep breathing out. No, I'm kidding. That's it, take a break. Put the weight aside, put the soles of the feet together and the arms overhead. Stretch out the front body. Just for one little breath. One little chance to transition here. All right. What are we doing next? Oh, yes. This is going to be fun. All right, so you're going to need 2 weights for this. And we 5-pound back. All right. Little plank work is an option for arm work. Who didn't love that? So, hopefully this will be nice for wrists as well, because you're going to hold your weights in plank. I'm going to show you this. We're going to do plank with a bicep curl. So we're going to actually be curling to the shoulder and down. If your wrists don't love this, you can have one hand on the floor and curl from here, all the same side. All right, your knees can be down or up. I'm going to do that actually. I'm going to step into full plank. Here we go. Bicep curl. All one side. So I'm using my right arm now. I'm trying not to roll to the left. And the curl is a real curl. It really looks like this. You got to control it so that we get into the arm work as well. Relax. We'll switch to the other side. Take your break. Good. I liked my hand on the floor, my non-working hand. You do what's right for you. Here we go. For me, it's my left side. Curling. Now, if you find your hips hiking way up, put the knees down and work. There's plenty of work here. You might get more out of the curl, in fact. Watch that low back. And rest. Beautiful. We're going to swivel around. We can turn the fingers forward, walk them away from ourselves, lean back halfway, and push up for a variation on triceps. Good, so make sure your hands are away from you. Yes, halfway down, push up. Lift your chest, your gaze, and let the elbows reach behind you, not out to the side. Do you feel that in your hip? Rest. Rest. Good. All right, again. So if you tend to round forward, it's going to be harder to find the triceps. Go for it. If you're not feeling this work in the back of your arms, you could always grab your weights and just do some tricep kickbacks. So we want the spine to feel long here. It's small, it's a small movement. Work in both directions. And rest. We'll swivel around, going back to the plank bicep curls. We are blasting the arms right now, are we not? Okay. Come into your plank, bicep curl on the right. Remember, your left hand can be on a weight or on the floor. Your knees can be up or down. You feel your torso really rotating in full plank, put your knees down. Not worth it. Relax. One more side. And take that rest. It's worth it. All right, here we go. Plank, curl on the left. Just to make sure too, right, that you are in plank if your knees are down, right? You're not working here in table because you still want to resist gravity. Almost there. Rest. Swivel around. We've got 2 more for the triceps. And after this, we're going to stand finally. Long legs, fingers forward. Lean halfway back and push up and down. Keep breathing. Lift that heart. If you lift your gaze just a little bit, you won't believe how much it will save you from rounding. Good. You can just focus if you'd rather. And rest. Take the rest. Maybe round forward. Last one, and I will stand it up. All right. Heart rolls forward. Long legs to counterweight the torso. And remember, this happens because the elbows bend, right? You're not collapsing and lifting and doing funny things in the torso. The elbows bend back and push up. You could really stay into it. You really want to sort of get into the belly of the muscle and stay there. One more breath. Release. Oh, I felt those. You find the work there? Yeah, good. They're kind of sneaky because I feel like the first couple don't feel very challenging, and then before you know it, there you are. So you might want to stretch out the arms a little across the chest, and then for the triceps as we get ready to come up to standing. Okay. So you will not need your mat for a little while. If it helps you just to get out of the way, please do. Sip of water, and we're going to move on to some bigger movements. We are going to use weights for this. So we're going to come into some lateral lunging. And I'm going to mention to you that the form here is really important. So it's not a side lunge where you would turn your toe out. We're going to stay very parallel. So it's not a huge step either. We want the feet to land on train tracks. We're going to bend into one knee. The weights will frame that knee as you kick your hips behind you to a flat back, and you'll come up to stand. I'll show you what that looks like from the side. It's a really nice flat back, gaze up and forward, and then come back to stand. Okay, are we ready? So that's the start. We'll go to the left. Here we go. Toes face forward. Come on up. Oh, I really, I thought I needed a little more push than that. So keep your chest up and your gaze up and reach your tail away from your crown. So you start shifting your hips back behind you. One more. Rest. Gorgeous. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's go the other way. So same thing, opposite side. So step out, frame that foot, push into the ground and stand. Gaze up. So do not round over that leg. Hips back. I'm gonna pretend I'm trying to moon land. Maybe you've got a nice big window behind you. And you can move to your pace, rest, but that one's not one to rush. All right, we're gonna do it again, one to each side. And then we'll switch. So this is also for the back muscles as well. So we step left, we come back. And you'll probably find you have a side that's a little easier. Imagine squeezing your inner thighs together to come up to stand. So don't lean your torso in a funny direction to make that happen. Rely upon the legs. Rest and we'll go the other way. All for little chaotic movements in between to shake out the work. All right, here we go. Last time with this, move to the right. Remember, your toes face forward. If you need to look down once, go for it. Squeeze those inner thighs to stand. So hips back, Get your posture when you come back up. Your nice alignment. Almost there. One knee bends, the other leg stays straight. And rest. Beautiful. For this, we're going to do, it's called a suitcase deadlift. So we're going to reach one arm out to the side. We're going to bend the knees and lift straight up. Go for it. So it's a flat back lift. It's not a squat. So we're bending over and we're standing up. Keep your arm that's away from the body, away from the body. If you need to put the weight down, let's put it down. We're going to repeat that same side, same exact thing. So it looks like this. I've got one weight trying to sort of paint my shin bone, the other weight out to the side like I'm holding a suitcase. Good. You bend the knees just enough so that your back can stay flat. Squeeze the glutes when you come up to stand. If it's too much to have weight in this arm away from you, put it down. You just work with one weight. You'll find your obliques might be challenged a little too, though. Rest. Two on the other side. So think hamstrings, glutes, and low back. So I've got one arm away, slight bend in my knees, flat back down. Go for it and straight up. Lift your quads, lift your glutes, lift your pelvic floor at the top. Not ahead of you, but up. So literally my best friend, it's always the straw that broke the camel's back, but bent over to pick up a suitcase once and threw out her back. Rest. So this is the kind of movement we can do in a controlled setting that helps us prepare for doing something like this in real life so we don't get hurt. Last one, slight bend. Don't let your knees roll in or out. One arm out to the side. Not to be lazy about that arm. I'd rather you put the weight down and reach away from you. Do not round, reach tail from head. Right? Flat back and stand. Last one. And release. Beautiful job. All right, you only need, well, for the next one, we're going to use one weight for a little while and then switch back and forth. So, all right. Grab your one weight. We're going to sort of dangle it by the head of the weight. We're going to come into a goblet squat. So you're going to be sort of wide. Your toes can be on an angle or slightly forward, whatever works for you. You're going to sit back and stand tall. And just dangle that weight in your hands. All right, ready? Sit those hips back, and here we go. Sit and squeeze everything up to stand. Good. So remember, whenever we squat, we want to get sort of heavy in the heels. We want to keep the gaze up. Again, you're not rounding forward, right? So this takes hip flexibility, frankly. Rest. We'll repeat. My heart rate's getting up just from these squats. Is yours? All right, good. It's not just me. All right, here we go. Sit back and stand. So think about it. My ladies who practice bar, that idea of sliding your spine down the wall, right? So you don't pitch forward. You keep that nice straight posture. Yes, you got to breathe through it. Now we're going to grab both weights. We're going to come into a little lunge. So we're going to step that right leg back, bend both knees, bring the arms up, and pulse in and out. Here you go. Bend both knees with a little bicep curl with a lunge pulse. Yeah, try not to bring your arms way forward. It's a pull in. Bend that back knee. Good. Rest. We'll switch sides and repeat. Make sure your shoulders don't round forward. Left leg back. Don't step it too far back. Elbows up. Pulsing the legs and pull the weights toward you. Your pace. Breathe. You got this. Almost there. Boy, the pulses really get you there, huh? Release. Back to our goblet squats. One weight. You can hold two, I suppose, if you want, but it's sort of awkward. Okay, turn out a little. You like? Slide straight down. The turning out helps. I think men avoid this. It doesn't feel too natural to them, but the turnout helps you stretch into the hips. If I'm forward here, I get sort of caught up in my knees. So turning out helps me. Rest. One more of those. Feel free to shake it out in between. All right, here we go. Slide that back down the wall. So think of your heavy tail leading the movement. Good, Lance. Head up, chest up, heart up. Squeeze everything up and together at the top. Not forward, up to the midline. Yes. All right, back to those lunge pulses. One more to each side. We're getting there. Right leg back. Bend that back knee. Weights up if you liked it. Could you work here on bicep curl? Absolutely. It might feel more effective to you. It might help you get your shoulders to roll back and down. So listen to your body. There are just different offerings. Feel into those feet. Switch. I liked it better here, to be honest with you. All right, left leg back. Last one like this. Slide down that wall, pulse and curl. So the mistake a lot of people make in this lunge is they bring their foot too far behind them. And then it's almost impossible to bend the knee enough and keep the spine straight enough. It's not a huge stance. Release. Nice work. Okay, no weights for the next one. Little cardio. This is cardio and strength at its best. Little water. Towel. Okay. Little squat jumps with turns if you want them. So it looks like this. Turn. And you can keep going around the circle, or you can go back and forth, or you can stand and squat. Okay. All right, here we go. 20 seconds. Keep that spine up. And you can turn directions. Hey. You could also go all the way around. So you could do back and forward. Break. Take it. Again, we'll do it again. Feel free to dance in the middle. Okay, here we go. Little squat jumps. Jump. Jump. So you want to stay light. You want to feel more lift than sit. You don't have to go super low, right? I just jumped, it was like not in the right direction. Stop, pick it up. All right, jump ropes. You can skip, you can hop, so it can be like this, or like this. Go for it. I love these. You can move. Hey. Here I go. Yeah, you can do that kick. Rest. And it says he likes it because he actually can't jump when there's a real rope. I like it first because for me it's like pure heart rate. Ready? Here we go. This whole thing is your cardio burst. This is your one real cardio burst. So after this, we hit the mat for one more round and then you're done. So let that also help you decide how hard you want to work. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. Rest. We're gonna go back to those little squat jumps. And remember, you're constantly checking in with yourself. You can challenge yourself safely. So little sit, little jump. You can jump forward and back too. Here, here. This is a bit more in the legs and a bit less cardio. Do what's right for you. Almost there. Rest. You like one more of those. I can imagine some of you thinking really fond things about me right now. You got this. Last one like this. So remember, little sit, lots of energy up, right? Boing. Or here. You also see where you are. Sometimes this makes my house shake. You just did two of these, right? Shake it out. 2 more jump ropes if you are choosing. Step kick is nice too if you just feel like you're working too hard. I need to get the heart rate down. Here we go. You got this. And yes, I am pretending I have a rope that I'm swinging. Maybe I'll do double. Figure 8. Rest. Last one like this. Then the heart rate will start to come down. You can do this. Cues that your body needs to slow down. If you feel nauseous, you feel way overheated, you feel faint, so just take it down a notch if you need to. We're almost there. 3, 2, woo. Nice job. All right. Get those mats out. And I can promise you that we're going down and we're not coming back up. So you might want blocks for this. Do you like blocks for that? Okay. Let me give my blocks to Lance. All right. We're going to start with mountain climbers. So you can be on the mat. You can use your blocks. I might use my fireplace. Here you are, pulling the knee into the chest. Go for it. This can be fast or slow. So pace is yours. And you can really move if you want to, but you're staying in plank. You're not up here intent going like this. So holding plank would be better than that. Rest. So this is your last round. It's your chance to decide, do I want more cardio? Do I want to push here? Or do I want to focus on strength? Here we go. Focusing on strength here is a beautiful thing. It's not easy. Good. Imagine that your pelvic floor is pulling the knee into your chest. So it's not just the hips, it's the abs. Rest, knees down, come to a little V, little seat. Tuck the tail under, lift those legs, pulse for the 100. So just breathe. Push into the back. I'll show you this from the side. We have a tail tucked under and a heart lifted forward. It's a little different because we're not in a true 100 shape. Both the knees bent. Rest. I'm hoping you'll stay out of your hips. Would you come to the mat and do a more traditional 100? Absolutely. You're almost there. Tuck that tail. Float the legs. You could straighten. Could be more of a boat 100. Could be lower. You could come all the way to 100. You want it. Do what's right for you, but we're staying out of the hips. We're tucking that tail under, drawing it under to keep the work in the abdomen. Relax. Back to those mountain climbers. Maybe for a variation now, you'd like to pull the knees wide to the elbows. Out to the sides. It's up to you. Go for it. You could come across as well. So many variations. And remember, the speed is yours. Yes. So, again, I personally like doing it elevated with a little speed, but rest. If those hips come up, I'd rather you hold plank, okay? All right, last one, I'm gonna do this a little elevated so I can fly. Here we go. Last one. You have 1 minute of work left, total. You can do this. Breathe. Rest. Last 200s. Your variation. Come down if you want. I think I'm going to do it down. Tuck that tail. Either way. Go. Come from your shoulders in the back. Yes. Imagine you're pushing on springs. Make your arms into a little horseshoe shape. Almost there. 3, 2, rest. One more, 20 seconds of work. That's it. Ready? Here we go. This is it. Gaze past the feet, wherever you are. Open your chest. Pull the abdominal panel in, up and in, navel up and into spine. 4, 3, 2, done. Oh, that was awesome. I hope you agree. All right. We're gonna start stretching. All right, so we wanna get the heart rate down a little bit. Let's come back to the knees. And then let's stand up. We're actually gonna start standing. I told you we wouldn't come back off the mat, but this is for stretching. So let's just slowly shift the hip side to side and side lunge. Spread those heels apart. Good. I want you to get your heart rate down too. I don't want you to just plunk on the mat and lay down. That's it. Gorgeous. Now in the middle, we'll turn the toes forward and come to a flat back. You could use your blocks here, or you might be able to get to the mat. If rounding is okay in your spine, then that is okay, but I personally get more from the stretch when my back is flat. Inhale, bend your knees a little. And then exhale, lift your tail to the ceiling, which will start extending your knees and getting the stretch in the hamstring. You might want to put weight back in your heels. Take your right hand under your nose and open your left arm to the left, twisting those ribs, palm away from the body. Turn your gaze. Come back through center. Left arm under the face, turn open to the right. Lovely. Might get a stretch in the inner thigh here as well. One more breath. And come back through center, bend your knees, hands to your thighs. Tuck your tail under and really slowly come up with a round back. All the way up. Bring your feet a little closer together. Take your arms overhead, clasp them, and press the knuckles away from you in front of the chest, chin toward chest. Push between your shoulder blades away from your knuckles. So you're rounding through the upper back. One more breath here. And then gently release. If you need something for balance, come near it. Otherwise, shift your weight into your left foot and grab the right ear here. Open that right shoulder. Try to hug the inner thighs together. You can slide that knee slightly behind you if you need more stretch. You can also take this into dancer. You want to push the foot in the hand and extend through the back. One more breath. Slowly release. Shift the weight to the other side. It's an important step. Helps with balance. Before you gather that left foot in hand. Again, remember you can slide the knee slightly back. You're opening the shoulder as well. Maybe you like to push the foot into the hand and extend the spine moving on. One more big breath. Slowly come back and shake it out. Okay, from here, I'm gonna have my blocks up right now. I'm going to take the right foot and step it forward. Turn the left toes out just a hair, like a 45-degree angle. And hands on hips, square your hips up. Keep the front leg straight, but not locked at the knee as you come into a flat back. Maybe your hands need to come to blocks. And then we're going to shift the weight forward toward that front leg, squaring that back hip up. Yeah, put your hand on your shins. Yeah, or your thigh. You can be here. I'm going to feel that in the back of the leg. Now from here, you're going to come up. Your feet might need to come a little bit closer. You're going to pull that same leg, toes toward the sky as you bend into the other knee. First, pull the toes way up, and then push the toes down to the mat. And release. Other side, so you start, you stagger, so you step that left foot forward a little, right toes come out a little, square the hips, tail reaches away from head into your flat back. So yes, you want this leg long so you feel the stretch in the hamstring, but if you are overextending into the joint, you're just gonna stretch the knee. Reach the heart forward and the tail back, and then shift the weight to that front leg, not just forward, but turn the back hip around. Yes, good. Move that back foot in a little closer, bend that knee, and pull the toes up of the leg you were just working. One breath here, and then push the toes down. Gorgeous. Hands to thighs, roll up through the spine. One more stretch for the backs of the arms. So we're gonna come to stand. Take that left hand behind the head, little tricep stretch here. Use your other arm to encourage. Push your head back into your arms, but let your chin come down toward your chest a little bit. And if you like lateral bending, which I do, bend away from the arm that's being stretched. One more breath here. Stand nice and tall. Shake it out, take it the other way. Opposite arm reaches down the body. So remember, head back a little, tail down and chin down, both, and then side. Oh, you don't want to arch that low back in your lateral bend. One more breath here. Gorgeous. And then lift up, hands come behind the chest. Open the heart and drive the knuckles down. Maybe bring your heels together and squeeze your inner thighs. Slight gaze up with the chin. And then release the arms, cross them over the chest, setting the shoulders and ribs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, lift the heart, high release. All done, phenomenal job. Woohoo!